creativity come together in the jewelry making world. We do lots of fun things here. We do chats twice a week. That's where you get to ask all types of questions of jewelry making or running your small business. We will have a chat here both on TikTok and on the tube at 8 p.m. tonight. We also do Makers Meetup, which we did last night, and that is where we create together, talk, and just have a little bit of fun together. Then we also do tutorials, which is what we have going on today. The tutorials is both on TikTok and on the tube. Makers Meetups are on TikTok only. So that is like what we do for fun activities or community time, whatever you want to call it. Then we have events on TikTok where you are able to add items, beads, findings, components, all the fun things to creating jewelry. You can come and find us on TikTok for that, and we have those throughout the week. Our next one will be tomorrow at 2 p.m. We're going to be doing silicone items. We will also be on a place that I can't say at noon. And then tomorrow, and these times are all central. Friday at 3 p.m., I'll be on a place I can't say. It is in my schedule. The schedule is a pinned post on TikTok, and it is a short over here on YouTube. And so there you will be able to grab items that are silicone or encore events items. We will have on Friday a debut to the studio items on TikTok at 7 p.m. And then at 12, not 10 like our normal time, but at 12 Central, we will have an encore event on TikTok. So that's our schedule for the week. Today, we are going to continue everything that we've been doing on the purse handle bling. We've got two different examples here. One's more for like a bag, where you would put these two on the bag handles. And then we also have here a smaller one. This would be more for purse. So if you're someone that has to have a big bag that you take your laptop and that type of thing, that is the larger size one. Your purse would be this one. Hello, Nanu. How are you? We're doing a tutorial today. So there isn't a price attached to it. Hi, Sissy. I have yet to turn on my backup account. So hold on just a second while I do that so I can see the comments on TikTok. I just saw Sissy's and I don't know if I missed it. Oh, good. You're from India? Well, welcome in. Welcome in. Here we go. I got to switch accounts to the backup account. Hi, Geraldine. And we'll get her pulled up. So the next part, I don't want to do that. I want to go to my live here. There we go. This next part that we're going to do is we're going to add some metal to it. We are going to do chain. That's going to be our metal. So I am going to grab some change. All of my no matter what platform I am on, it is always CarolJo's LLC. All the platforms that I am on. We have here, these are going to be some from my own items. Here we have a thicker aluminum chain. And then we have, I'm going to go with my curb chain that I love. There we go. I got them on the spools. And then we're going to have some of this in there. You can mix up your chains. We are going to need, depending on what we're going to do, round nose pliers. You may need one or two of the chain nose pliers. We're going to possibly need that. We will need our cutters. So I'm just getting out some tools here. I won't need my crimpers. I'm trying to find, there's another one. Here we go. Now, things to add to this that we're going to do, you're going to need beads or charms or whatever it is that you want to add to it. If you're using beads, Then we will need head pins. If we're going to add charms, then we're going to need some jump rings. When we're going to use jump rings on this one, you're going to, hi Murda, you're going to want jump rings that have a heavier gauge. So the smaller the number of gauge means the heavier the wire is, or the dimension, the diameter of the wire is thicker. So with these, I would say you're going to want like a 20 gauge or lower number to keep those charms on so that they don't open up, because it's on a purse or a bag. They are things that you're going to use a lot. There's going to be a lot of bumping and that type of thing. So the heavier the gauge, the smaller the number, the better for this. So those of you did ask for stainless steel jump rings in a heavier gauge. I was able to find 20 gauge and they are being packaged right now and on their way. Just to let you know, we will have some coming. They are putting them in the packages in the right weight for me. So they won't be here for a few weeks, but just know we're getting 20 gauge stainless steel. Those are very heavy ones. When I mean heavy is that the metal is heavy, it won't open as easily. So that's the thing to remember when we're doing these, some of the things that you're going to need. What I'm going to do is I am going to use the same um, closures here for both of these. We could add it onto another closure and make them so that you can change out and have different ones on there. But for today, I thought I'm going to just put them on the same one here. All right. I am going to point you all down so you can see my bead mat, so you can see what we're working on and what we're doing. So here we go. There. And here you go on YouTube. You should be seeing my bead mat. If you're not, I can't see comments here on YouTube right now. But I can, if I look at my backup account, I can of TikTok. One of the things that I want to point out is that you can build these up in any way that you want. This is truly for you. If you just want the single, that's fine. But if you're someone that likes layers or stacking, then we can do that too. So what I want to do here on this one, and what layers you put on is totally up to you. I want to put the chain on so that I have a blank, just a piece of chain right up here. If you guys can see that. I just want a piece of chain. I don't want to hang any beads from the top one. I just want a piece of chain. So I need some jump rings. I need to go get my heavier jump rings. I don't have those over here. So hold on just a moment while I grab those. Oh, I'm just grabbing my entire container of jump rings. It is heavy. Bringing that over. Okay. So I'm going to use these jump rings when I use this today. They are, I believe, a 6 or 7 millimeter, might be 7. Let me double check. And this is a 20 gauge nickel free. I was right on the first. It was 6 millimeters. I used these when I made my charm bracelets at in-person events. Literally, that's what kept the charms on. Okay, we are going to open up our jump ring. You will take and find the jump ring has a slit on it. Find that slit. Take your chain nose pliers on each side of that slit. Bring one of the pliers towards you and one away. That will open up your jump ring. Hi, Kay. Hi, Murda. Or I'm not sorry, Trisha. I gotta say hi to Trisha. I already said hi to Murda. Sorry, you're all three are right there. All right. You'll put that jump ring. I put the chain on it and I put it onto my clasp. And now I'm going to go the opposite direction. I'm going to come, if I went away, I'm coming backwards, back towards me. And if I went towards me, I'm going back. And you just want to get those two ends to rub each other so that it is closed up. And that got there. All right. Now I want this to dangle, but not too much. I don't want this top part because I want it to be on top. I don't want to dangle to below this one. So I want to just measure this out and probably go right here. I'm going to open up this link. Opening the link on the chain is the same as a jump ring if it is an unsoldered chain. If it is a soldered chain, you would need to cut the link. There we go. We'll take that off, close that up just like we do the jump ring. There we go. We're going to grab a jump ring and we're going to open that up, one towards us and one away, just like we did on the other one. Add in the jump ring into that link. And then on the top side here, we're going to add our chain. And then we're going to close it up. So now I'm going to hold it up. And do you see how they're really sitting very close to each other? I don't want them that close. That's the great thing about this chain, since we can open it and we can remove a couple of links. I'm just going to take that one off and get rid of him. I think I'm going to take off 3 links. So let's open this one up. Whoops, I totally distorted him. Whoa, I distorted him. At least it isn't a, I can just take that away. I'm like, I kept, the way I was grabbing that, that was distorting my oval or the link. So I'm going to open up my jump ring again. I'm going to make sure my chain is no loops in it. There we go. Now we're going to add it into my jump ring and close it up again. There we go. Now that's more what I wanted. Do you see how there's just a little bit of space in between the two? And that is what I wanted. Okay. We're going to move that chain to the side. I am now going to bring this chain over. Going to do that same process. If I can get this to move on the, there we go. This one, I don't have to do a jump ring with because he's a bigger loop for that link. And so there is enough room in that to go onto the closure that I'm using. So put that there. I am going to go across. Let's see. Might be a little much. Let's go right here. Okay. I think I want that. I'm going to open this one up and then I'm going to hold it all up and decide, do I like that length or not? I do not measure once when I do this very often. We do know what the original sizes were when we started this project for these pieces, what the average is. There we go. Do you guys see how that just lays? That is the look I was going for, but I don't want plain chain on this bottom one. That's not what I want. I went grabbing the container of the charms that we've had recently that I have extras of that don't fit in our packaging because you know how we've been changing up the packaging. So from the last couple of lives, I have a handful that are available. All right. Let's see what matches this color here and what I want to put on. We could put the giraffe and we can be whimsical. I am going to mix my metals, everybody. Thank you, Trisha. I want that giraffe somewhere in the middle. And you guys know I love the fish in the fish bowl. I'm going to put him on somewhere. We can do, and you can put as many charms on here as you want. You can put larger pendants on here. You don't have to have a smaller, you can have large. You get to do whatever you want on here. But for me, this is speaking enough. I don't want to overdo. All right. I'm going to open up one of our jump rings. You can count how many loops you want to go down. You can space it as asymmetrical or symmetrical as you want it to be. I was going to say, we've got this draft. We had the yellow draft this last week. So yeah, so we've had the giraffes. I am going to add him right here. I'm going to add this one. I am not measuring out. I am just taking it and like eyeballing it. If you can't eyeball it, you can count them. I just don't like counting them. When I hold it up, I'll decide, do I need to move left or right? There we go. We have one more to put on. I was going to say, I haven't put him out on the studio yet, but he will be coming. I am today getting everything out onto the studio from the last actual week. And he was on Monday nights. So after the live, within probably an hour or so, I should have that one up. There we go. And due to them flipping and flopping, depending on which way the chain is going, will depend on if you're going to see the front or the back. I'm going to show it to you guys. Whoops, he got flipped over. Let's get you down here. Down. Oh, I know what I did. I flipped it. There we go. There. And that's what it looks like. I know you're not going to see all of them. And that's the one thing with having charms on chains. Sometimes, when you do the photography, you will see them all at the same time. Now that I look at this as it was hanging, he is down lower than this one. I'm going to count. 2, 4, 6, 6. I'm going to move him down 2. Maybe. I'm trying to find, there's the opening. Go into this one. If you guys watched the one I was moving it to, I grabbed with this with the chain nose pliers. There we go. There, I like that better. Yes, I eyeballed it, but golly, it was close, but not right. And you can adjust. So that is our first one. I'm going to grab my bag and bring you guys up and show you what it's going to look like on my bag. So hold on. Thanks, Ashley. All right. Remember, this bag is dusty and I don't have a purse yet. All right. And that's what it'll look like. I love it. The bracelet I'm wearing today, so Ashley asked me about my bracelet I'm wearing today. I'll show you guys on TikTok. That's it. It is chainmail with green. I gotta remember what green glass, I believe, in the inside for a bead. Ask Patty B. She's the one that made it and sent it to me. She knows my favorite color is green. Since I had a green shirt on, I thought I'm wearing my chainmail bracelet. She made one with for Buttercup and the pinks, and it's really cute. But like, look at that. Does that not just add to your bag or your purse? And that's what this is supposed to do, is just add a little bit of whimsy. Now, yes, I have this one on here from a different day, but what we're going to do, because remember I said we're going to keep going with this, is that you can add different things to your bags and do different things. So that's what we're going to do next week, is add on to this. But I'm going to take that off so we can keep it up here. So we'll put that one right here. And now we're going to work on the purse size one. But the purse size one, I don't have a purse to put it on. So we're just going to have to envision it until I can finally go to the store and get one. You're going to laugh. We were at a store where I could have looked for one, but it was too late at night for me to think about that. So when I said we're going to continue this one for a few weeks, we are. We're going to show you how you can just, you see some people that just have it all dialed up. And I've always wondered, how in the world? And I just sat back and thought about it, and I'm like, I can do that. So that's what we're doing here in this series. So we're going to have at least one more week, but I'm going to put you down so we can do with this one. Now, remember our colors here. These are, this size here is the top layer. We can't add in, it's not wide enough. I made it for the top layer. So we're going to add to it how we can make it with the bead on the top instead of on the bottom. You can do it however you want. So we're going to switch it up. All right, here we go. And we're going to put you back down. All right. So we can, this one's more delicate. So I do not want to have the heavy chain. So I am going to grab this one. This one is the textured chain that we've had multiple times. I'm hoping not. She's got enough bling. I'm like, I need. So the charm and the bead one, I'm going to use this one. And I can do it with just 2 if I want it. I could do it with 3. But I think, I don't know. Ooh, I know what I can, no. I'm like trying to think of if we're going to make this into 3. So I want to use this one. I think I just want the one. Because we're going to put, of all things, I'm going to put beads on this. I'm just going to do one right now. And this is also a size of chain that I do not need to add the jump ring to put it onto the closure clasp that you would hang it down from, because the inside of it is big enough that it'll fit on there. All right, so we put it on one side. We are going to put it on the other side. Let's go with this one. All right, I like that length. I might have to put it down. Is that better for you guys to see? I'm like, the first time I'm like, is it up in the air? I'm going to add my charm in the center. Use that one. Okay. And now I'm going to find some beads to put on here. I could put glass beads. I could grab some more of the glitter gargonias in different sizes. I don't have the 8mm up here in the bead room, but I want to go grab those. So hold on while I go grab the 8mm gargonia. I decided I'd bring all the extra gargonias that are larger up here too, because we do have the star gargonias here. I was going to see what those look like. Like, I don't know if I want that one. I have two of them in this color. I like this one better. So we can put that on there. We do have the bamboo ones, but I don't know that I want the bamboo. We also have the rondelles, but the colors that I have don't really go. Maybe that, nope. I'm just not wanting a bamboo on there, I'm thinking, but I think I want that there. Okay. We only need 2.4, everybody, to do a giveaway. Okay, so I need head pins. So let me grab those. Sorry, I'm reaching. I want those. Trying to find some head pins that are not stainless steel. The reason being is stainless steel is very hard for me to cut in my bowl of head pins, and they're all stainless steel. All right, I'm gonna go get some that are just iron. My hands do not feel like cutting stainless steel today. Okay, got just a few. Okay, we have head pins. One thing I want to try with this one is I think it has a larger hole than what my head pin. Yep, so I need a spacer bead to keep that head pin on, the bead on the head pin. So I'm just going to grab some 3mm spacer beads. to put on the top and the bottom of that star bead. That's a Gargonia. So we have on there the star bead, it was spacer bead, star bead, spacer bead is what we have. We have a video on this, on how to do this step. We are going to do 90 degrees away, reposition the tool so it's 45 degrees in that angle. Bring this around to the over the top, reposition your tool, and get a full loop. Open it up, put it on your chain, close up the loop. You can use your chain nose or the round nose. Grab the end and wrap that wire around the base wire of the head pin and then cut it off. Cut off the end. There we go. So far we have a bead dangle, a charm dangle, and we need some other things on here. All right. I've got different colors of Gargonia in here. I have glitter, 8mm, and cat eye, all in the same container here. I'm almost tempted. Ooh, that is a large. I don't know why he's in here. That is in the wrong container. If he was that large in a different color, I would add him to it. But with we don't have any blues on here. I don't know if I want pink or if I want to go to purple. Do I want to do, trying to see if we have, yep, we have that black blue one. Do I want that on there or is that the wrong color? Nope, I'm not wanting that. I'll do another one of these. And then I need something over here, but I don't know what I need over here yet. What I could do is that we have the large color changing. So if we put the color on here for a while, we're just going to let it soak it up. Hey, we got to 10K. Ooh, that's a good idea, Nordic Luna. Well, he's not changing. Why aren't you changing, color changing? We have, of all things, we have a yellow star. Let's do that. Since my color changing doesn't want to change colors. You stinky. See, that one does. I wonder if it's just color changing while the light is on it. We're going to do the yellow star. I like that. But we're going to do our giveaway, everybody, before we finish this up. I'm liking that. Good suggestion. All right, we're coming up. Hello, backup. Let's do Wheel of Color. Our next one is a 2-word color. I would call this a different color than what they are, but when I explain this color, I always say it reminds me of this. So what it reminds me of, if I can type the word in. All right, go ahead, everybody, and do colors in the chat. Today is tax day. Hopefully you all have your taxes all submitted by now. And you can be um you can be a procrastinator like I am. We didn't get ours submitted until Monday. I have a lovely accountant that I submitted everything on Thursday. Friday, she gave me a list of questions. I answered everything but one because I couldn't get the answer to that one until Monday. Got that right away in the morning on Monday, and we had it filed by noon. she she is a godsend to put up with me. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of clues. The first clue, the first word, and the first word clue is that it is a branch of the military. And the second color, or the second word of the color, is a secondary color. Oh, you guys are blue is a primary. There we go. Nordic Luna, you got it. Congratulations. It was Army Green. And when I talk about olivine or olive green, it's Army Green to me. So you got it. So congratulations. Here we go. Put that over there so I don't lose it on my table. Yay. Pass it on. Nobody else got it. If I can randomly select somebody here. Let's see. If you want me to randomly select, I'm going with that. Nope, that was like nobody. How about here? If I do it that way, it will be Laura. I closed my eyes and put my finger down, and that's the name I was on. Laura S. Why am I saying Laura? It's Lori. Holy, I'm not doing good with names today. Sorry. There we go. Lori, you got it. All right. We're going to go back down and we're going to finish this one. Here we go. Okay. We're going to, once again, I am going to put the star on, and I'm going to need 2 spacer beads to keep that star on the head pin. So we're going to go spacer bead, 3mm spacer bead, the star, and then another spacer bead. We're going to do that same technique that we've done for a lot of different things. We go 90 degrees away, and then going to go 45 degrees in that to give it an angle and go around. That ensures that our loop is a circle and not a D. Now, when you get to the point where you can't move that around, yeah, move this to the top, complete our loop, open up the loop, and put it 2, 4 there. And we're going to put that one on and wrap it around the base of that head pin. And then cut this off. Hi, Ducky. Well, that just stinks. So this is the follow-up work day. Okay, I just got to check something out here. We have 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6. Hey, for guessing, I am 1 length off because this is 1 length longer than the other. So I'm going to take it as I had a win there. We're going to add the purple bead. I'm going to see if I can put it on. I do not need a spacer bead to keep that on. We're going to do the same technique where we're going to do 90 degrees away, 45 reposition, bring it around the top so you can't move it, reposition the tool so that one that was on the bottom is now on the top, finish our circle that makes it look like an O, open it up, put it on a chain, and then close it up and wrap it around the wire and cut it off. Those of you, if you're new, I do have on the tube a video called Dangled Earrings underneath the live, not even under live, it's a video. And that is where you can watch from sitting from my perspective here, looking down to do this loop so that you can create bead dangles. Doing it again, we're going to 90 degrees away, 45 reposition the tool, bring it around the top until you touch the bead, reposition this bottom part of the pliers to the top, finish the circle up, open the circle, find our piece of chain, put it on, close up the circle, and wrap that around our wire and cut off the excess wire. Oh, poor thing. As I say, Ryan's had 3 teeth pulled in 18 months. And so we're looking at having to get implants for him. This is what this, I'm going to bring the camera up so that you guys aren't looking at it at an angle. I've done them with Zuli before. I don't do them all the time because of my schedule and stuff, but I did one 2 months ago. So there is this one. I'm going to show over on TikTok first, and then I'll bring it over. He doesn't want to look the right way, that bead, but that's okay. Here you go, YouTube. And just imagine that on between the handles of the purse. I'm loving it. I know it's whimsical, different colors, but it just to me all ties together. Maybe not for everybody, but I love it. Yep, very springy. That's what I was going for. So that is, and it's only the two. Because remember, this one is short enough that this is the shortest you go for the first level of the layer. And these are layered together so you can put them on. Now, if you want, you don't have to use the same hook for each level of this stack or layer. If you want to use its own on each one, that way you can change out different parts of it for your purse for whatever you want to coordinate it with. Thank you, Danelle, for that. I appreciate it. Ah, yeah. And so, and as always, you guys can always watch the replays of these on the tube. Um, and such. I mean, we always have them out there for you guys because you know what? I show you now. And the thing is that I don't even remember. I know we did the stars. Let me go look and see. And I wasn't planning on the stars being a part of this. I just went and grabbed my 8 millimeters. They were sitting there, so I grabbed the stars. I literally only have 2 stars of my own. Whoop. Yep. But then we have like an irregular piece in here. And we're going to get back to doing the irregular. The stars have on them, I forgot what they are. Let me see if I get the light on it, if I can see it. It is a bear face. It is a bear face. I'm like, I knew we figured it out, but let me see if they are out on the studio for you guys, because I don't know where I'm at on them. Let's see here. Or if I need to put them out there. Yes, we do have them. Are they turned on? Yes, they are. They are out there so you guys can do it, okay? They are 5 in a bag for a value of 4. And we have like 30 some available. I'm just telling you so you guys will know if you want them. We must have done the irregulars. Let's see. Glitter, Valentine, color changing. I am not seeing the irregulars. I do have irregulars coming though too. So we'll get you some of these here in the near future. We're going to work on the ovals first. Yep, you can ask. Go ahead and ask. I'm hoping we can get, even though we've made 2 of them, we still have a few more minutes and I would love for you guys to get to 20K so we can do another giveaway, okay? So if you guys want to work on that, but you can request away. I'm loving just having that whimsical look to this. So that was the one with 2. The pink and black frosted crackle. Yeah. The hot pink and black that we had this last week. And here is 3 of them. Except for our giraffe is backwards. Like I said, the charms will go round and round. I can look. I can sure look. So you get to add however many layers or stacks to that. You can make a decision if you want to have it with no charms, with bead dangles, with whatever you want. But you guys saw when we put that on the bag how it popped on there. And that's what I wanted to show you is how that they can come together and pop off of each other. I really, really, really want to see this on a purse, but I do not have a purse to be able to do that with. I need to go to the store and get one so we can see it. I'm going to write that down so that I don't forget Nordic Luna. And do you have a certain size you're looking at? Do you want 4 millimeter, 6 millimeter, that type of thing? I don't think I do, in all honesty. Yep. Okay. And I don't go in the glass usually. 10 is the biggest, and I only usually do that in the round. I don't even know if I can get in the crackle the 10. And the reason being is that crackle bead structure changes the when you crackle it, it changes the molecular structure of the glass. And if it drops, it has a higher chance of shattering. So that when you get to above 10, like 10 and above, it will shatter just like that if you dropped it on the floor. And that's just part of what happens when you crackle glass. So when I've done the marbles into necklaces, if you drop that onto like a wood or ceramic floor, it will shatter because of the size of it and that you've changed it. Now, if I hadn't done the crackling of it and I dropped it, it would be okay. I know you love round, non-faceted. Yep. And so, um, and it's just something that my chair is like really rolling today. I picked up a whole bunch of beads off the floor, and now I think it's like, ooh, clean floor. Vroom. I just had a lot of beads right around here, so I had to clean up my floor. I might be doing silicones tonight on our live because I have silicones that I got in a 15 millimeter that I haven't done anything with. And I started at Buttercup's game last night, or not game, her practice last night, because I'd be watching the game. Um, I was begging them while watching her practice because I'm the type of person that it takes me 20 minutes to get to her practice. I'm not going to turn around and come home because I'd be home for like 5, 10 minutes and I'd need to turn around and go back in. So I grab things I can work on or a book to read and I stay there. Last night I did not stay in the vehicle. I ended up going and watching, got out my chair and I watched her practice from my chair on the side of the field. Whoop, I have an empty spool there. And anyways, her coach was like coaching some other kids and she wasn't kicking the soccer ball correctly. You have to understand, I have coached soccer many, many, many years. I said when they asked if I wanted to coach, I will allow parents to volunteer first. If they can't find one, I will do it. Can you see my fat butt in the 50s running up and down the field with those girls? I was hoping a parent would. And we had parents that volunteered, so I didn't have to. Thank you. But I was like, she was just kicking it wrong. And I have told her, don't kick it like that. You need to kick like this. It's like you have more. I know this is going to sound weird, but you have more control over the ball. You have more control over it staying and not be taken away if you kick it the right way. It really comes down to being able to dribble, to maneuver the ball, and to kick it in the same ways. It is always use the side of your foot, not the tip. And she was using the tip. And she was supposed to be keeping the ball on the ground because the coach that's what the coach asked for. And it kept flying up in the air. But the coach wasn't going around and telling them if you kick it this way, it will stay on the ground. She's just like, she kept saying, keep it on the ground. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go over there as me. And I went, Buttercup, don't kick with your tip of your toes, kick with the side of your foot. And she says to me, very kind of sassy, I know. And we will practice this later at home. And that was my cue that I've overstepped my bounds by going out there and telling her what to do. But I'm like, I just looked at her and I go, I've told you that more than once. So you got to do that. Yep, it is. And it's just like, just get it in there. Just get it in there on the side. You can even use like to maneuver it this way. You can use the outside a little bit. You use the inside. You can use the sides. It works, but you have to be able to finesse it, and that's something there to learn. So that was me last night. I sat down my tray, walked out there, came back, picked up my tray, and continued to work. So yes, I brought silicone beads. Yep. It is. And so I am going to probably be stickering them because I think I can get them entered into um, the back end. Yep. You don't need to use them. I should have used that. Where was Mama Kay in my head when I was talking to her last night? I needed that. I love it, Rose. And Mama Kay, if you're there, we got to have those good things in our heads to help us with the youngs. Yep. And we're still on the, just to let you guys know, the baseball is 50-50. He does not want to coach this year, but thinks he wants to play. It's going to be CC out on the tube because it was a tutorial. We did this today. So I'm going to show you. Let's see if we can get this to go the right way. We did, whoop, hold on. Trying to get the charms to go the right way while we're dangling in the air. So we did charms on a piece of chain with a plain chain. We added to what we did last week. And then whoop, we did just two on this one with one charm, and Gargonia beads. So this one is 100% Gargonia beads that we used on this one. So this one is really lightweight, everybody. It's not going to add weight to your bags, just to let you know. And they're fun. It's fun. This one's fun and whimsical is what I'm going to say for that one. And then this one is just, I love the different charms that it's just like when I looked at them with what I had, I'm like, I like these. And as we talk about, I just think this one's darn cute. That little fish in the bowl. And you guys are going to laugh. I went and I finally got a phone case that, oh boy, you're going to have some fun now. Oh, poor Nordic or Ducky. Poor Ducky. Oh, my mouth is gonna hurt for you when you come unnumbed. Um, I got the backing of my phone case holds my driver's license and my and a cash and card if I ever have cash. I very rarely have cash anymore. So yeah, when we get go, when we if we're gonna go to baseball games, I will need to have cash again. Can we have some numbing? So yeah, so that is we're not gonna hit the 20K today. We tried. We tried. But I will be back for chat tonight. And as I said, I will be working on getting some of those new, and you'll feel like that for the rest of the day, even though it's not crooked. I was gonna say we're gonna work on getting those 15 millimeters. I had one print that I worked on and like 5 different colors. And those are what I'm going to bring for sure tomorrow. And we will bring focals. We'll smile. When are we not smiling? We all are smiling. And so we will be back with that tonight. Tomorrow at 2, we will have the silicone event. Yeah, you sure. Hey, Patty, guess what? She wants to look at, they asked what it was. This is number 1. Just let me know when you got it. Hey, that one has them all 3 going the right way. All right. And then this one was number 2. And he does not want to go the right way. We'll try changing him around this way and see if he goes. There we go. There we go. All right. I love that, Kay. You're welcome. The large chain on this one is an aluminum chain. It's very close to the aluminum chain that we had the other night. These are chains. This one I always have available. I try to keep it as much of because it's my favorite and I like you guys like it too. This one we had the other day and I don't know if I have any of it left or not. I'm in the process of going through all of our recent live items and seeing what we need to get more of. So that I might need to get more of, but it is aluminum. It is lightweight when you put it with aluminum. It's that big chunky look, but it's lightweight. So it helps keep the weight of things down. If I did that one in an iron, it would be really heavy. Not as heavy as like a log chain, you know what I'm saying, but it gets heavy. This one I will put on my bag. The purse, I do not have a purse that has a place where I can put them on. So I'm going to get one and then you guys can see it on there. Okay, I'll put this one on really quick. Let me get the handle out of my way. I'll just hit myself with it. There we go. There. Okay. Let's see if it'll lay like it's supposed to. There we go. He's flipped around though. There you go. That's on my bag. So this one is a bigger one to fit a bag. I know. Isn't it cool? And then I will get a purse so that we can do that on a purse and see what it looks like on a purse. Now, what we're going to do next week with these is that we're going to kind of like what you see here. We have another one from a different time that we put this on here. I can't get this one off. He was a pain in the butt to get on. I'm not taking it off. But we are going to add on some different bling. Hey, we got there. So that you guys can see what it'll look like with different purse blings on there. So we will get that. All right. So we got 20K, everybody. I'm so excited. I didn't mean to underestimate you, but we got there. I was like, are we? Because it took you guys like 15 minutes to get 2.5, and we still needed 2.5. So you guys are awesome. All right, let's do. I got to find the thing. I found it. Let's see. Our next one, the colors on this color wheel. All right, go ahead and put colors in the chat. This one is a one word color. All right, someone got it. Let's see who got it. Ducky, you are the winner. As she is being numbed up and waiting for her procedure to start, she guessed the color beige. And so she is going to get 5 creative credits, and I will send you that in electronic communication. So, congratulations. And hopefully, it'll be an easy peasy appointment for you. You're welcome. I was like, did you get laughing gas with that? I'm just laughing. It's cute. All right, everybody. I am going to hop off. I will be back at 8 o'clock. We are going to have a chat at 8 tonight. So we'll see you all then. Have a good night. I will be back on both TikTok and on the tube. Bye.